I've just uploaded every single book that I read in 2024. That's 121 books. I wanted to tier rank them. I did see Larry do this and I thought, you know what? I need to find that system because that is brilliant. It actually took me so long to upload all these. So I've created 7 categories. We've got God tier reads, 5 stars loved, V entertaining, disappointed me, could take or leave, life would go on if I hadn't read this, and what did I just read, why? I feel like that's enough categories to crack on with. So I'm going to screen record my Mac so that we can do this simultaneously. Okay, here we go. So, where should we start? This is a lot of books. They're not in order of like when I read them, they're all just kind of piled in here. We'll just start at the top then, I suppose. Okay, Still Beating. That was a 5-star read for me. I wouldn't put it on God tier. We're gonna put it in 5 stars. The Truths We Burn. Oh, do you know what? I think that's gotta be God tier. That was the best. That was the best in the series. Oh my God, Rook Van Doren. I didn't expect to love the Hollow Boy series as much as I did, and his book was the best. Him and Sage were everything. They were everything. Yeah, definitely God tier reads. Okay, and then we've got The Blood We Crave, part 1 and 2. I gave them both 4.5 stars. So they obviously can't win the 5 stars one, but they were more than very entertaining. Do I need another category in there? No, do you know what? I might just put them in very entertaining because they were. They were very entertaining, loved it. Thatcher Pearson was psychotic and I was here for it. Okay, The Lies We Steal. Yeah, very entertaining. I gave that 4 stars, I think. Believe Me, I think this was the first book I read because I read the Shatter Me series last Christmas of 2023. And then I went on to the novellas after that, and it was the first book I read in January. And I liked it, but I kind of feel like, no, I couldn't take or leave, could I? But do you know what? Hang on. I need another category. We're gonna put one underneath 5 stars. We're gonna go with, and then the colours are all messed up. Okay, let's add a little purple. Oh no, hang on. Oh, I'm messing things up. Add row below. There we go. Change the colour of this to this nice purple colour. There we go. And we're going to call it, what should we call it? This Was Everything. There we go. Right, we're going to move the Hollow Boys up here. Then we're going to add, this colour's really annoying me. I'm sorry, guys. Wait a sec. My OCD can't take this, so we're gonna quickly just sort these colours out because I am that girl. Okay, and then that one needs to be blue. There we go, and then that one needs to be the other blue. That's so much better. Right, now Believe Me can go in very entertaining because it was very entertaining. I loved it, but was it the best in the series? Absolutely not. Okay, we've got I Shouldn't Feel This Way. Very entertaining. This duet actually. Loved both of them. They're taboo romances by an author called Mina Alexia, and I'm waiting for book 3. Yeah, it's just very taboo. Very taboo. Who's texted me? Right, what have we got here? I can't even tell what that is. I think that's Conclave. I'm pretty sure that's Conclave, one of the novellas of the Devil's Night series. I'm going to put that in very entertaining. Then we've got Nightfall. I loved Nightfall. I did love Nightfall, but it was my least favourite. I'm going to put it in very entertaining. Fire Night. Could take or leave Fire Night, I think. It was alright, it wasn't the best. Then we have Mr. Impossible. This book is one of the spin-offs from the Raven Cycle, and I really loved this series, but I found these a lot more difficult to get into than the Raven Cycle itself, which I loved. So Mr. Impossible, I probably could take or leave. King of Wrath. Oh, Dante Russo. You are everything. You are my man. I've actually just completed a reread, but the audiobook version, because I read this last year and I thought, you know what, I just feel in the mood to dive back into their story. And the audiobook absolutely slaps, if anybody was wondering. Grey Warren. Oh, I cried at the end of this. I'm gonna put that in. This was everything. It just wrapped it up. It was such a nice conclusion to the series, and the characters that I've literally loved since I was a teenager. That's a long time. That's a long time, guys. Okay, Legacy of God series, let's go. We've got God of Malice was wild. It was everything. I loved it. God of Pain, sorry, this disappointed me. I liked Creighton, but I just thought their book could have brought more. It just wasn't that good. It was my least favourite in the series. Yeah, it did disappoint me. After God of Malice coming in so strong, I expected book 2 to meet that energy, and it just fell flat. God of Wrath, this was also everything. Oh, Jeremy Volkov, that man is, ladies, you know. God of Ruin, very entertaining. God of Fury, holy shit, God tier, oh my god. Oh no, Nico and Bran are just the epitome of true love. I just love them so much. Oh no, I love them so much. Okay, what have we got next? We've got Hooked, book 1 in the Never After series. I really enjoyed this. This was very entertaining. It's not my favourite that I've read so far. I've still not finished the series. I've read 4 out of the 6 books. Hooked had me hooked on the series. It made me want to continue reading. Okay, what else do we have? What else? King of Pride. I'm gonna go with Could Take or Leave King of Pride. I liked it, but it took me like halfway to start enjoying it. And so the second half I really loved, but because of the first half, I feel like I could take or leave it. Do you know what I mean? What's this? Like You Hate Me. Okay, this is gonna go into Life Would Go On if I hadn't read this. This is an MM romance. I read it as a little bit of a palate cleanser. I love me some MM romance. And I'd asked for some recommendations on TikTok and somebody had recommended this. So I thought, oh, let's give it a go. And it was meh. Like, I won't lose sleep over the fact that I've read it, but it wasn't life-changing by any stretch of the imagination. Devious Lies. Oh, I really loved this. Did I give it 4.5? I think about this a lot, you know. I don't know whether this needs to be bumped up to a 5-star because I really do think about it a lot, and I think that's the hallmark of a 5-star book. It's something that stays with you long after you've read it, because it's been like probably almost a year since I read it, and yeah, I loved it. Powerless was everything. I didn't give it 5 stars, I gave it 4.5 I think, and the reason why I knocked off the 0.5 was because they barely even kissed. It was like a whisper of a kiss. I thought if they would have just had a kiss, probably would have been 5-star for me. But the slow burn was burning, do you know what I mean? And I just wanted a bit, I like spice for my books, so for me to even consider reading something without any, you could have given me a kiss. Anyway, right, what have we got here? Why are these all out of order? Let's scroll to the bottom and see. Oh, Say You Swear. Okay, let's move this up to God tier. I say this so much, but I think about Noah Riley on a daily basis. This man haunts my dreams in the best way possible. He is the best book boyfriend I've ever read about in my whole life, and I don't think any fictional man will ever come close to him. Honestly, like Megan Brandy just wrote the book boyfriend to top all book boyfriends. Like, why is he so good? Like, what did she put in that book? I read it on Kindle and I loved it so much I had to buy the physical book as a trophy just because I'm crazy like that. I was obsessed. Wow. I didn't think this would take me that long, you know, but we've not even really made a dent yet. So I hope you're still with me. Okay, what have we got here? Frisco. This is a... Oh, is this a motorcycle club romance? I'm gonna put this in... Do I put it in Could Take or Leave? Yeah. This is kind of a spin-off book from the Fallen Crest series by Tia, if anybody's read that. And I really enjoyed that universe, so I thought, let me see what else is going on within that, and I think it's only a recent one, this. I just wanted to dive back into that universe for a little bit, and it was nice, but wasn't the best thing I've ever read. What have we here? Okay, Broken. Oh, this was very disappointing. Very disappointing. This was the last book. Actually, I've got the other one too. Unchained, there we go. I enjoyed Unchained, actually. I'll put that in very entertaining. This was book 5 and this was book 6 in, I can't even remember what the series is called. I'd read these a few years ago. I think it's by J.L. Wheel. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Yeah, I'd read the first few books and I really loved them, and then I realised that these had come out a while ago and I just hadn't kept up with it at the time. So I read them last year because I thought, yes, like let's finish this series strong. Unchained was very good, and Broken just really disappointed me. Like, I hated Kenneth so much. Yeah, it just wasn't it. Okay, Darling Venom, that's God tier. That is God tier. Oh, this book broke me in every single way possible, but also put me back together. I just loved it. I just loved it so much. Okay, To Catch a Firefly. I'd heard Tierney say that this was like a 6-star read for her, and I really trust her recommendations, to be fair, but this didn't do it for me. I'm gonna put it in Could Take or Leave because it was, no, actually, I'm gonna put Life Would Go On if I hadn't read this. It was a nice story, but there was a lot in it that I just didn't vibe with and irritated me a little bit. I don't know why, but it was nice to see somebody with like neurodivergence being represented as a main character. That was really nice. It's an MM romance as well. They're childhood friends to lovers. I didn't really like it, if I'm honest. Okay, let's see. Oh, we've got Wild Love. Wild Love was a 5-star for me. Ford Grant was everything, and so was West Belmont. Oh, love them both. This whole series, I've got really high hopes for Wild Side. This series is just absolutely unreal. Elsie Silver just does no wrong. Like, she can do no wrong in my eyes. Fight me. Oh, do you know what? It really pains me to say this, but The Syndicator, well, disappointed me. I have been in love with the dark verse for years. Tristan Kane is my Roman Empire, and I will die on that hill. I honestly was so excited for The Syndicator. I read it in a day. I did enjoy it, don't get me wrong, and it was very nice to see the conclusion to these characters that have meant so much to me for so long. But overall, I was disappointed. I wanted more, and I didn't like the way it ended. There was little things that she'd written in, and I just thought, why are you doing your characters dirty like that? Like, it didn't need to, do you know what I mean? I know the whole point is that it's dark, but I just felt they could have had a bit more of happy endings than they got. So yeah, that was, it disappointed me. Okay, what else? That Sick Love. Okay, I'm gonna put that in what did I just read. I don't know why people are going so crazy over this book. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I just feel like it's very overhyped. I think a lot of the stuff that was written in it was mainly for like the shock factor. Like, I love dark romance, but I don't like it when you do stuff just for the shock factor, just because it's taboo to do it. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. And you know what? I've also felt the same with Little Stranger. I felt like it was just for the shock factor. It was, yeah, I finished it and I was like, what was that? But I'm still probably going to read Little Liar just because I need to know what happens, but not because I'm invested, just because I'm a reader and I go quite feral for books, as you can see, because I read 121 books last year. So yeah, it wasn't for me. So this is what we're looking like at the moment. This is not bad, actually. Where's Molly? Where's Molly was very entertaining. I love anything that's a kind of Haunted Adeline spin-off. I've just actually finished reading The Phantom. But yeah, Where's Molly was good. I liked that obviously we'd heard about Molly in Hunting Adeline, so it was really nice to see what did happen to her. Do you know what I mean? I liked that. Butcher and Blackbird. Oh, everything. And Leather and Lark. I loved both of them. Don't think I gave either of them 5 stars, but oh my god, I've not laughed that much reading a dark romance in my entire life. I can't wait for Scythe and Sparrow. It's coming out in a couple of weeks actually. Very excited for that. Tryst 6 Venom. I'm gonna put that in Life Would Go On. FF romance isn't normally my thing. Like I don't have an issue with it at all, but it just doesn't really do it for me. The only reason I read it was because Five Brothers was coming out, and this is the same universe because the 5 brothers are Olivia's brothers. So I thought, let me read like the whole universe. I need to know like what's going on. So that's why I read that. And then 5 Brothers. Oh my god, I gave it 5 stars. It was C'est magnifique. It was so good. My god, it was so good. I loved how it kept the mystery going throughout the whole book. Like you didn't know which one she got with. I loved that. That was, yeah, I ate that up. Promise Me Not. Okay, I didn't give it 5 stars, but it was everything. Mason Johnson was like the perfect boyfriend. He wasn't quite Noah Riley level, but he came so close. Like, my god. Actually, let's do King of Greed first. King of Greed was everything to me. King of Greed was the best in the series. I'm gonna put it next to King of Wrath. Yeah, this was the best. Dante Russo was my favourite man, but King of Greed is my favourite book so far. Oh my god. Second chance romance, a marriage in crisis, like wow, it was deep and it was emotional. And I was here for it, I ate it up. And then King of Sloth, oh, disappointed me. King of Sloth disappointed me. I was expecting so much from Xavier and I know the whole point was that it was a rom-com, and it's because Sloane likes to review rom-coms and give them like, she hates on them. So the irony that her own story was like that, but it just didn't do it for me. I was disappointed, which makes me sad to say that, but it's the truth. Then we've got Scarred. I'm gonna put that in very entertaining as well. Book 2 in the Never After series. This one's Hamlet with Lion King like themes. It was very good. Powerful by Lauren Roberts. Where am I putting you? I'm gonna put it in could Take or Leave. Not because I didn't enjoy it, because I did, and I actually sobbed so much when I finished it, but it is just the novella. You don't need to read it to understand the story, and I could have left it. I am glad I did read it, but I could have left it. Then let's do Reckless. Oh, I loved Reckless more than Powerless, you know, but I didn't give it 5 stars. So it's gonna go in, this was everything. Oh, I just love Kai and Payton so much. I just want them to get together. Like, I need Fearless. I think we only have to wait till April, don't we? Thank God. Belladonna was very entertaining. Daddy Death was giving daddy. We've got, oh, Mile High. Do you know, it's not often that you find a series where you give most of the books 5 stars. I love this series. I gave Caught Up 4.5, I want to say. So that one's got to go there. Sorry, Kai. And then Isaiah, I gave Isaiah 4.5, but I recently bumped it up to a 5 because I think I miscalculated. I just can't stop thinking about this man. I think he's actually my favourite man out of the series. Oh, I love him. The Rhodes brothers just do things to me. I can't wait for Rio's book. She's just revealed the cover for that. It's all red. It looks so good. I actually can't wait. I just know Rio's book is gonna slap. Like, if a side character ever deserved their own book, it's Rio. Then we've got Triple Threat and Death Wish. These, I'm gonna put them in Life Would Go On if I hadn't read them. They were entertaining reads. They were more palate cleansers. Again, I think they were just for the shock factor. It was three twins, I was just gonna say. It was triplets and they all date the same girl and they're pretending to be one man. Yeah, Life Would Go On if I hadn't read that, to be honest. Then we've got, oh, Forever. This was the last book in the, I can't even remember what series this is. That should tell you everything. It really disappointed me. I'd really loved this series. It's written by Ivy Smoke. She took ages to release the last book and I read it and I was so underwhelmed. I thought, wow. I've waited all this time for this, really. Okay, Lights Out, Could Take or Leave. I didn't actually think it was that great. I know a lot of people are raving over it, but I just didn't think it was that good. Yes, it was funny. And I think a lot of people have been saying that the audiobook is actually better, so maybe I should have listened to it instead of read it, but I find I don't really take it in when I'm listening. I have to have read the book first in order to listen to an audiobook. Just found it a little bit boring, a little bit like samey, same old throughout. But I like the concept, and I probably still will read book 2. Okay, I feel like we've done maybe like half. Okay, we're gonna go in with Gothicana. Gothicana, for me, it's God tier. I think I will forever be obsessed with this book. The universe that Runnix has created there was just everything. I just can't get over it. I can't stop thinking about it. There's been mixed reviews for Gothicana, but I thought it was absolutely incredible. The Oath We Give. There we go. I gave that 5 stars. I loved it, but it didn't quite hit Rook's level, but I wasn't expecting it from Silas. He was a dark horse. He came from like left field. Wasn't expecting it in any way. What's that? Oh, Priest, Sinner and Saint. These were very entertaining. These books had me sweating. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't give any of them 5 stars, but they were very entertaining reads. The Pucking Wrong Number was so entertaining. And then, oh, hang on, there we go. And then The Pucking Wrong Guy, what did I just read? It was basically a carbon copy, like everything that Lincoln did. I can't even remember the name of the guy in book 2. Whatever Lincoln did in book 1, the guy in book 2 just copied. Did the exact same thing to his girl, and I thought, oh, come on. You can't do the exact same things, you can't. I just remember wanting it to end and trying to like skim it as quickly as possible because I hated it. I hated it. Okay, then we had Moonstruck Mates. This is a Wolf Shifter series, which I love, me some werewolf romance. That was very entertaining, and then book 2, Could Take or Leave. I thought it was a bit shit in comparison. But I do love little palette cleanser books that you can just quickly get through before moving on to something a bit more heavy or a series or something. Right, Chestnut Springs. I'm gonna put Flawless in everything. I'm gonna put Heartless in... No, I'm going to put Flawless in very entertaining. I'm going to put Heartless in 5 stars. I'm going to put Powerless in very entertaining. I'm going to put Reckless in This Was Everything. And I'm going to put Hopeless in Could Take or Leave. Yeah, I think that's right. Daddy Cade is on top, and Theo was a very close second for me. Binding 13. That was 5 stars for me. And so was, no, Keeping 13 wasn't 5 stars for me actually, I'm lying. This Was Everything. And then Saving 6 was also 5 stars. And then Redeeming 6 was also 5 stars. And Taming 7 disappointed me. I wanted so much more for Gibbsy. Gibbsy's been such a prominent character throughout this whole series, and he's brought the comedy, and him and Claire together, I just thought their story is going to be so epic. I just know it. And oh, Chloe girl, you let me down with this one. I hope that we get another book for them at some point, but I don't know that we will. I think we might just be getting Hugh and Lizzie's book. Oh, look, we're nearly done, sort of. Okay, let's do the Salacious Players Club. Praise was very entertaining. Eyes on Me was also very entertaining. Give Me More. Was Give Me More my favourite? It was, I think, but actually I'm just going to leave it there still. Mercy, very entertaining. Highest Bidder, what the hell did I just read? Because 35-year age gap is not the one. The amount of times that they both referred to him as daddy, oh, made me sick. Like, normally, you know, it's fine in the right context and within moderation, but Jesus Christ, I just couldn't get over it. She was 21, he was 56. Oh, no thank you. And then Madame, I hated it. I'm gonna put that there. Life would go on if I hadn't have read this. I just wanted it to end, and it was the thickest book in the series as well. It was so long, and I just thought, oh, just wanted it to end. So these two are kind of spin-offs though from the main series, so I would definitely recommend reading the first 4, and I just wouldn't bother reading the last 2. Just don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Wretched. I'm gonna put you in This Was Everything. I loved it. I really loved it. This one is Wizard of Oz themed. It was so good. And then Hexed. I gave Hexed 5 stars. This is mafia romance. Oh God, it was so good. And really nice to read about a curvy FMC as well for a change. I was down with that. Let's do the Royal Elite series. So you have to start off with Cruel King. That was very entertaining. That was Levi's book. And then Aidan King infuriated me. Like, he infuriated me so much because it's a bully romance and there was 3 books. I felt like he didn't need 3 books. Him and Elsa didn't need 3 books for their story at all. Like, I don't know why it was 3. But I still rate them highly because I like them. I'm gonna put them in very entertaining. I'm gonna put them there, yeah. Okay. And then Black Knight, this was Xander and Kim's book and I loved it. I'm gonna put that in This Was Everything. I really resonated with Kim. Their story kind of like plucked on my heartstrings. I loved it. Vicious Prince. Oh, who are you? Were you Cole or were you... I can't remember which is Cole and which is Ronan. The epilogue, the Royal Elite epilogue. Oh, I loved that. That was so funny. Ruthless. I think Vicious Prince is Ronan, and I was so excited for his because he was like the funny one throughout, and it disappointed me. I did enjoy it, but I just thought it was going to give more than it did, and yeah. And then Cole, I was so intrigued for Cole. Very entertaining. I'm going to put him. Okay. Then we've got, oh, the Ravenhood series. The Ravenhood series is God tier. Flock and Exodus were both God tier. Even though, funnily enough, I didn't give Exodus 5 stars. The only one I gave 5 stars was Flock. But those two together, they're God tier for me. And then the Finish Line, I'm going to put... I didn't give that 5 stars either. I'm going to put it in This Was Everything. We needed the conclusion, but it just wasn't as good as the others. But I still devoured it. Do you know what I mean? Inhaled the whole series, if I'm being honest. Love Unwritten, I gave that 5 stars. Oh, what a beautiful story. Can't wait for Love Arranged, book 3. It's coming out this year. Oh, I just know it's going to be good. I gave book 1 5 stars as well. It was so, so good. Right, The Good Liar. Oh my God, this was 5 stars for me. This is an MM romance. This really took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. And then The Fisherman. Oh, do you know, I think that might need to go in God tier. Book 2, so book 1 is Cole and Jasper. They used to be stepbrothers and they fell in love and then they find their way back to each other in like present day. And then The Fisherman is Cole's dad and Cole's best friend. He has like a bi-awakening after his wife dies, and oh my God, I cried so much reading this book. It's just so incredible. Like if you like MM romance, I would recommend this series to anyone. Oh, just read it, please. Oh, I loved it. Frankie and Leland. So good. Okay. Oh, these 4 books, these are All He'll Ever Be by W. Winters. I was looking forward to it so much. I took it on holiday with me when I went to Trinidad for 3 weeks, thinking, yes, I'll have some really good reading material while we're away, and I hated it so much. What did I just read? And then I'm gonna bump the last one up to Life Would Go On, because that was the best out of the 4 of them. But it was very, very underwhelming. And then when I got home, I ended up listing it on Vinted and sold it for like 15 quid or something, because it's expensive. It's a big book. It was like 30 quid. Nah. I was like, you're gone. Okay, we're close. All It Took Was Your Spark. This was an ARC book that I read. I'm gonna put this under Could Take or Leave. It was entertaining. Like, I read it and then I didn't think of it again. Do you know what I mean? It was a nice little fluffy college romance. Lots of spice. The Striker, oh, it disappointed me. Anna wasn't doing too well last year. I was so excited for, she was branching out into sports romance. Like, I love sports romance. Ashley Donovan has been built up throughout the couple of series, Twisted and Kings of Sin, and I thought, yes, now's his time. Oh my God, I think I gave this book like 2 or 2.5 stars. I really didn't like it. God of War, that disappointed me also. I was so excited for the wrap up of the Legacy of God series. This was just not the one. Like, Eli had so much potential and it was like squandered away. I didn't rate it. Okay, Fourth Wing. Funnily enough, I gave both Fourth Wing and Iron Flame 4.5 stars. I deducted like half a star purely for the world building element, because fantasy confuses me sometimes when there's so much going on. It's like, whose dragon's that? Where are they? Like, how do you pronounce that name? Like, who are these people? I felt like that quite a lot, and I felt like that reading Onyx Storm as well. There was loads of people that came in and I was like, who the hell are they? I have no idea. So that's why I knocked off half the star. However, they still make it onto the God tier list because these books are everything to me. And Zayden Ryerson is like my ultimate book boyfriend, and I don't think I'll love anyone more than I love this man. Oh, the next book better do some things. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just unacceptable. Okay, we're nearly done. Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm gonna put that in very entertaining. It took me a long time to get into, but once I was halfway, I was so obsessed. The Ballad of Never After was everything. Oh my God, I loved it. I could not put this book down. And then A Curse for True Love. I'm gonna put you in very entertaining as well. I really loved this series. Probably doesn't look like it from where I've placed them, but I did. Breaking Haley, Life Could Go On. I just thought it had been built up so much. The hype, I think, it was overhyped. And it ended on a cliffhanger and I thought, oh, really? So yeah, it wasn't the best. And I was expecting more from it. Wrath of an Exile was very entertaining. I really, really liked this. This is a spin-off series from The Hollow Boys, so yeah, loved that. Silent Lies by I can't remember the author's name, I'm so sorry. That was a very entertaining, it was a little palette cleanser. I think it's like book 8 in a series or something, but I'd seen it recommended on TikTok and then I'd commented saying, is this a standalone? Like, can you read it as a standalone or does it have to be read in the series? And they got back to me saying, no, you can read it by itself. I was like, yes! So I've read it as a little palette cleanser. It's a mafia romance book. It was good. I liked it. Reign of a King, Rise of a Queen. These are Jonathan King's books. Do you know what? I liked these a lot more than I was expecting to, because I hated Jonathan throughout the Royal Elite, but his story was very good. One Last Rainy Day. Oh my God, this is God tier. This is God tier. This book was... Oh, I cried and cried and cried reading this book. It just... I've got my best friend onto this series. She's currently on One Last Rainy Day and I'm just waiting for it to get to the end because I want to hear those crying voice notes, do you know what I mean? I don't want to be the only one crying over this. All the Lies and All the Truths. This is Asher and Raina's books. I really liked these as well, you know. These were very entertaining. I'm actually starting the next ones, Throne of Power. Is that what it's called? Yes, Throne of Power. That's what I'm currently reading. Unite Me. I could take or leave that. Find Me was very entertaining. These were Kenji and this was Aaron and Adam. This was prevalent to the overall story, but I kind of felt like I could have carried on having not read it, do you know what I mean? But this was very good. It was really nice to see an insight into Kenji's mind. And then we've got the Dreamland Billionaire series. The fine print was very entertaining. Terms and Conditions was also very entertaining, but Final Offer, Callahan Kane, this man was everything. This man was everything. There we go. Okay, so we've got God tier. Yeah, I think that's right, you know. Most things just go in the very entertaining, so I feel I'm quite a generous star rater. It's so sad to see the disappointed me list being so long. Yeah, do you know what? This is about right, I think. I'm pleased with this. So that's what I would rate all the books that I read last year. Let me know if you've read any of those and if you agree, if you disagree, and if you've got any book recommendations, then please leave me a comment because I'm always looking for more recommendations. Yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much.